people, thank you so much for tuning in today to Gracious Words right here on Faraja Digital TV with your lady Penina Nabili. Gracious Words is a show where we talk about God. We enjoy God, we talk about Jesus, we learn, we move through life through the Word of God. As you know, the Word of God holds everything that we need to move through this life. Any situation that you're going through, any part of your life that you would want to really shift to another level, I believe everything is written in the Word of God. So today we are looking at creating, learning how to create, or the power in creating. As people who are created in the image of God, how do we start creating? Like, you've seen people create cars, and I believe everything that is in this world has been created. Natural, created by God; artificial, created by man. So we look at Genesis, the story in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 4. Let's stop at 4. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So God has the power to create. He created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void. So generally the earth was shapeless and it was empty. And darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. You should note that in the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, He didn't put much focus on it. So He just left it as without form, and it was void. It was empty. And darkness was on the face of the earth. So it was dark all throughout, in and out. It was very dark. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. So the Spirit of God was simply moving over the face of the waters. No direction, no what, simply moving. You know how, let's say, smoke moves on top of water and it's just moving, or let's say insects just hovering over the water. No direction, nothing, but it's just enjoying the movement on the water, and that's what it can do. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So you see how God brought in focus into what He had created. He brought in a sense of focus, and what you focus on grows. So since in the beginning He just created the heavens and the earth, and the earth was without form and it was void, it was empty and it was dark, He felt that He should put more focus on what He had created. So He put more focus onto the heavens and onto the earth. So He commanded His Spirit to bring light. So the Spirit was given direction. It stopped just hovering over the waters. It got the direction of putting the light, separating the light from the darkness, since it was already dark. So He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Simply like that, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Most times when I'm creating something, like personally, I write. From the beginning, how I start writing, or when I get the assignment, and plan in my mind, how am I going to do it? And then get on paper, how should I do it? And then the moment I start creating it, the process, and then the completion, the finished product, I look at it and I'm like, wow, this is great. Was it me who wrote this? So I feel so good when I create something. And these days I've been so much in spaces of creatives, interacting with many people that create, or going into environments where there are creatives. You see how the spaces are set up and you feel so comfortable. You feel that it is so welcoming. Even Faraja itself, we are creative. We are a creative team. So creating something, bringing, let's say, a video come out from the beginning, how we've shot this, how it has been worked on, edited and all, then the production, and then you look at what you've created. It feels great. That's why God said He looked at what He had created and it was good. And it was good. So we go to Proverbs 18:21. You realize that God simply used a word. He used a word, "Let there be light," and the light came into into existence. So Proverbs chapter 18 verses 21, it talks of death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So we have to learn to use the power that our tongue holds. What power does your tongue hold? Is it for death or is it life? What are you speaking to your situation? Are you speaking death or are you speaking life? Do you want to create peace in your life? Like you're going through a turmoil and then you feel it's not fine. Simply command it. Command the situation. Let there be. Like God commanded the situation at the moment. Like the way God talked to the darkness, talked to the void of the earth, talked to the shapeless earth, talked to the very dark earth, talked to his spirit that was simply hovering over the waters. And he's like, let there be light. And there was light. And God created more things. Thus God made the firmament. Verse 6, it says, then God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, that is the sky, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So the firmament divided the waters from the waters. Like there was a division between the firmament and the waters itself. They were no longer attached to the sky or to the corners of the earth. So we have to learn to create, since we are created in God's image. And I love the way people are doing it nowadays. People have embraced the creative arts, the creative work. Someone can create a bag, they can create, books, they can make cars, airplanes, they can make trains, different things, medicines. Generally, every person on this earth has a power in them to create something. Something either to destroy the earth, I must say. That's why they created the missiles and the guns and everything. You can either create something that can destroy the world or something that brings life to the world. So learn to use the power in you to create. Learn to use the power in you to do something different, something that is unique. Don't follow the norm of, I'm just simply going to work, I'm going to sit in office. But what are you creating? And you know that most of the people that have come out to create different things are the ones that are out there. They are the most influential people. They are the ones holding the economies, holding the largest percentages of the economies, because they've come out of their comfort zone. Like previously we talked of stepping forward. They've stepped forward in faith and believed that they can create something. Someone, let's say a fashion designer, has stepped forward and started to create that thing which they felt that they had the ability to create. So even you who is watching this episode, there is something in you that tells you that you can do something. So get out of your comfort zone and start creating something. Work on something. You could work on it alone, you could work on it with a team, or you can start alone and then the other team joins you along the way. So let's use that power that we have in the tongue. Let's use that energy that we have in us as people created in the image of God to create, to speak to a situation and say, let there be peace, and there is peace in you. Let there be life in this dead situation, and then the dead situation comes to life. Speak life to a withered hand. Speak life to a situation that is crippling you down. Speak life. Command the situation, because you are created in the image of God. Let there be peace. Let there be light in this dark situation of mine. Let there be light in this dark health of mine. Let there be a separation between this darkness and the light. Let there be a separation between what is mine and what isn't mine. Learn to create. Learn to get that energy in you to create. Of recent, I began last year in me that I really embraced what it is to create. That's why I started, and I'm happy that I'm more in spaces of creatives. I'm interacting with more people that are creative, because I believe we have that power to create. And through creating, we become better. Through creating, we make things that make life a better place for all of us. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope we've learned something. Personally, I've learned greatly from this episode. Let there be let there be is a powerful statement. Learn to create, get to work, and get out of your comfort zone. Embrace the image of God that you hold. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Gracious Words right here on Faraja Digital TV. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Faraja Digital TV. And once again, we are sponsored by RF Fruitery UG, makers and manufacturers of juices, sugar-free juices for weddings, for parties, for picnics, for your home consumption every day. Juicing, they juice this healthy drink intentionally without sugar. Call us on 0788-091-684 for your orders. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.